Hey everyone, it is a super rainy day in Hawaii today. Here, let me show you. Okay, it's like pouring. Can you hear it? You should be able to hear the rain. But you can't, you can barely see the cliffs. You can't see the fucking ocean at all, and it's been this way for 2 days. And this is why it's so green though, you know? I mean, this is what it is, right? This is it. That's what we do. That's where we be. So I wanted to come on and give you guys a little bit of an update and discuss some very difficult things. I shouldn't say very difficult, but I'm still struggling. Like, I am still in a space of grieving my comfortability and my places of familiarity and comfortability and, like, you know, all of those things. Like, I'm still grieving that. I'm still missing that. I did a post about it, but it started out with I miss carpet and I miss my bed and I miss my comforter and I miss being surrounded by my things and having my TV in my room where I could just hang out and do all those things where I'm just being myself and have all of my things and there's also the fact that I have all of these creative ideas happening, because when you level up, when you face your fears, you level up, right? And when you take risks in your life and you break out of your shell or break out of your comfort zones, you level up, and all this information starts coming, all this intuition starts happening, and all these ideas and all this confidence and all of this money blocks get cleared. All these things. And so I'm at that space where I'm okay, I want to create. I have an agoraphobia, healing through agoraphobia with panic attacks program that I want to do. I'm ready to do. And there isn't time or space to do it where I'm living currently. I have nothing bad to say about where I'm at right now. I love where I'm at. I'm so grateful to Lisa and her children and her family and being made to feel like I'm part of a family. I know I've talked about this already, but I have cleared family trauma wounds by being accepted by this amazing family. I'm surrounded by beauty that is beyond anything that some people will ever get to lay their eyes on, and I'm so grateful. And I'm in somebody else's house, and I'm in an attached apartment, which is freaking awesome. I love it in there, and there's no Wi-Fi. So if I want to come down, if I want to do anything that has to do with Wi-Fi, such as I've got 4 weeks left on my Glow Up group, right, which is the workout group that I do, a 90-day program, and I have 4 more weeks left. I haven't been able to do anything for a month, and because of just life, and so I started to try to do that today, and it was a fucking disaster. I realized that the reading portion, because we read a book, we do 6 things 6 days a week for 6 minutes each. And one of those things is reading from a book. And I realized that I have to be down where the Wi-Fi is in order to pull up the book that's online in order for me to read from it. And so I had to use one of her daughter's bedrooms, and I just felt kind of like a burden, oh, can I use your bedroom? Is it my space, you know? And so I had to deal with that. And then my back started hurting from working out, because I'm on the last phase of the workout. So I've been working out for 60 days basically, and haven't worked out for a month. And I'm trying to go into the last phase of a workout program when I haven't worked out for a month. So it's I should be starting over at phase 2 or 3, right? It's just oh. So my back was pissed off. And I want to be able to, right now, everybody's gone from the house. They're gone for a couple hours. And I'm able to feel like I can talk at the level I want to talk. I feel like I can be loud, and I feel like I don't have anybody in the background, and I don't have, somebody trying to get my attention, and I don't feel like I'm burdening. I know that's my stuff. They don't make me feel like that. They're they're so incredible. I can't say enough good things about them. It's my own stuff, but it is somebody else's home. I don't have my own space, so to speak, where I can do my coaching and my stuff, because I need Wi-Fi to do that. I really do. I have to have internet connection. And so now I'm in this space where I'm just telling the universe, I desire my own 2-bedroom home in Maui that has AC that works perfectly, that is safe, beautiful, and quiet, where I don't hear, neighbors, and I don't hear dogs, and I don't have, it's super close to the beach, and I could afford it easily, and money's not an issue and never will be. And I desire that. That's what I desire. And what's really interesting is I've had a friend of mine who has reached out to me a couple times in regards to a place that's available in Maui. And every time I think about renting a room from someone again, it's the biggest, almost angry no, which is my sign and my signal that I am not to do that. Like, it's like a boundary setting that comes up that's like, do not do that. And it's not about that particular person. It's about sharing my space. I don't want to share my space again, except for with my friend Jocelyn, who's going to be in Hawaii in June, and she's going to be living with me. And other than that, I don't want to share my space. I want my own things in my own home, and it's not supposed to happen anymore. It's just not. And I'm putting my spiritual, energetic foot down about it, because I just can't. Like, my body's like, we cannot do this anymore. We cannot share space anymore. I'm 45 years old, and I need, not only that, is it an age thing, but it's like, I feel like I've paid my dues in sharing space. I feel like that's been a reflection of my lack and mistrust in where I'm going in my life, money-wise. I feel like I'm supposed to just have faith that my perfect place is going to come up, and I'm just not going to settle for anything around anything. I'm just not doing it. So I was going to announce that we were doing another Anger Embrace workshop tomorrow, Jacqueline and Faith and I, because the testimonials that came back were so epic, you guys. They made me cry. I just in awe of what transpired in only 3 days for these women. Actually, 4 technically. We're extending the program for 2 weeks instead of 3 days because they needed more time to process. There were physical detox symptoms from simply just hearing the stories from the other women. That wasn't even with doing the exercises yet. They were having detox symptoms. Their bodies were literally releasing physical detox symptoms from just hearing other women speak about their stories. What the fuck? We were blown away. And so I was like, we need to do another one of these. Let's do it in May. Well, I'm still going to be here in May. And there's just not, we're extending it for 2 weeks. There's just not space. There's not the space and not the quiet that is needed to do a program of this magnitude. It just isn't. And that's not to say anything bad about anyone. It's just the fucking facts. And so I had to step back and be like, I can't announce that today. The universe and the island are telling me no, that the only thing I'm supposed to be focused on is the retreat that's happening, the Lemurian Priestess Primal Goddess Activation Retreat. It's happening in Maui on June 26th through June 30th. There's only 8 spots, actually 7 spots now. We do have one woman who's coming. And now there's 7 spots available for that. And that's the only thing I'm supposed to be focused on. And it's so like awesome and amazing, and I'm so excited for it. It's gonna be epic. Becca Sawyers is the one I'm doing that with. It's actually her retreat. I'm a second on it, and I'm so excited. And I've gotten so many downloads, and so is she, and it's just been incredible. And I have all the other things that I want to do. There's so much creativity that's coming out. I want to generate. I want to create. I want to do all these things. And the universe and the island are just like, no, you need to stay where you're at and be calm and rest, because what's coming is going to be super fast. It's going to be a lot of 3D work, while Becca's in 17D and I'm somewhere around there. She says that I think my 17D got activated today by her, to be honest. And that's just been wild and crazy for me. But I spent half the morning crying this morning, you know? I had a moment where I missed my family. And my family and I haven't talked, like my dad's side. I haven't talked to my dad in like 14 years, going on 15 years now. And the rest of my family I haven't talked to since 2014. And while I know that's for the best, and while I know that, you know, I'm better off without them because we're all so different, I also am in a state where I don't know how to explain it. I just felt a lot of separation, of just really feeling alone in that aspect and feeling very separated. And, you know, I think maybe being away from all my comfortable things was a trigger for that, to feel that as well. And so I did a pretty big release and a pretty big, you know, dumping of emotion around that. And that felt good to let go of. And I felt safer afterwards. I was also getting the message, listening to music today. And I have a motivational playlist that I have all these motivational songs on Spotify. And I was listening to that today, and one of the songs was talking about surrendering. Like, the only way to set my soul free is to surrender, like to fully like surrender my soul, to surrender. And I was just getting this message that it was like, you need to surrender more. And I was like, deeper, you need to go deeper in your surrender. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I've just surrendered everything. Like, how much more can I go? But it's surrendering. It's surrendering the idea of surrender. It's just the idea of like, of just basically saying, okay, you want me to surrender more? Okay, I'm going to submit and I'm going to surrender more because I know that's what's needed. So here I am, just saying the words. I'm surrendering more. I surrender more into this. I'm letting go. Oh, that's what it was. The only way to free my soul is to let go. It's a song. The only way to free my soul is to let go. And even now I say those words and it just makes me emotional because it's like I'm just being told I need to let go of more, let go of it. Just keep letting go. Just keep letting go. Even if it's just repeating the words, I let go, I surrender, I surrender. It's a lot and it's big and it's needed and divine and I am protected in that and I feel closer to myself and I feel better when I say those things, even as scary as it is. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I've been today, trying to give up more control. And I had a conversation with Becca today where I was trying to control things and realize that's what I was doing. So to me, when I can see that I'm realizing I'm doing that, that's such a big sign for me, right? That like, okay, I am acknowledging it, I am aware of it, which means I'm clearing it. When you acknowledge something, you're really clearing it. If you're acknowledging it in a way that's like, oh, I get that. That was my fault. I shouldn't be doing that, or I need to look at that differently. That's an act of clearing. So, woo, yeah, surrender more, let go of more. Oh man, surrender more. I surrender. I let go. I let go. I let go. So anyway, that's where I'm at, and I'll keep you guys more updated as shit fucking happens. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to. And I'd love to have some comments as well on what you think about this video. Thanks, guys.